So you have heard of ChatGPT from OpenAI and Gemini from Google. But have you tried out Meta's AI new powerhouse, Llama 3? So Meta just dropped the news that they'll be introducing Meta Llama 3, available for broad use, actually integrated into their native family of apps. And they believe that this is the best open source model of its class, period. So in their disclosure, they have furnished many details and comparisons regarding the model's performance, their architecture, their training data, etc. etc. Hey, I'm not an AI engineer, nor am I an AI expert, so everything is alien language to me. But I'm both a user and also an investor. So I'll be testing out Llama 3 and how it fares when it comes to analyzing businesses and investment opportunities. First, like most GPT applications, you will need to be careful with how you interact and also prompt the program. So GPT is just a tool, and if you don't get the results you want, sometimes it might be a user's problem. So before we even begin with anything, I'll need to identify myself and give Llama some context. So let me go into WhatsApp now and get down to business with Meta's new AI. Hey Meta, can you tell my viewers to subscribe to my channel and explain to them why they'll be missing out if they don't? So as you can see, even Meta is telling you to subscribe to the channel, so don't miss out. Now, let's get down to business. So my first question to Meta would be, hey Meta, I'm an aspiring investor that adopts a value investing approach, hoping to buy quality companies at a reasonable price. So for a start, can you explain to me what is an economic moat? So within seconds, as you can see, Llama 3 has actually replied with 7 core pillars around what is an economic moat, namely brand loyalty and recognition, patents and intellectual property, network effects, high barriers to entry, economies of scale, switching costs, and intangible assets. Now, let's take it a step further. I would then want to proceed to ask, I would like you to pretend you are a world-class investment analyst, phenomenal at identifying companies with strong moat and fundamentals. So I'd like you to place more emphasis on strong brand loyalty, network effects, and high barriers to entry. So can you suggest to me 5 companies that possess these superior qualities today? So within seconds, you can see that 5 companies were produced: Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta, and Visa. Interestingly, Microsoft was first on the list, considering that this is Meta's own platform. So I'm surprised that they didn't rank themselves first. Now, we don't want to just stop here. Buying a stock just because it's validated by some other people that you trust, or even an AI, is not investing. It's at best speculation. But since we've already shortlisted some candidates, why not let's continue researching with Llama. Hi Meta, can you further explain the nuances of Amazon's business? Why do you think it has an economic moat? And Meta actually went on to cite reasons such as Amazon's marketplace network effect, brand loyalty validated by the user experience, scale and logistics of their current infrastructure and distribution network, data advantage, culture of innovation like drone delivery, Amazon Go, etc. etc. And now, I want something even more tangible. So Meta, can you tell me something exciting Amazon is currently working on that might potentially create more shareholder value down the line? So examples given were like Project Kuiper, which is Amazon's foray into the satellite business, and also creating a standardized system for smart home devices to work seamlessly together. So harnessing the power of AI is truly a game changer. Information is made even more accessible and convenient to the layman, and investing has never been easier. But do make sure to exercise a higher level of skepticism, as they tend to hallucinate from time to time. So make sure to keep in mind that ultimately, AI is still a tool, and the user is supposed to operate the tool, and not the other way around. So before diving into any investments, please make sure that you have a deeper appreciation of the business and not just stop at GPT-produced summaries. So it's a good starting point, but it shouldn't be the end. So here's the interesting thing. Out of the 5 candidates from Llama, 4 of them are part of the Magnificent 7. So I think this is not particularly surprising, considering that in recent years, the stock market has been propped up by this technology and some might call it AI-related companies. So they are the best in class, they are dominating their individual industries, they are producing mouth-watering results. So for those of you who are interested in our opinion, specifically around this basket of the Magnificent Seven, we have actually made a recent video ranking them from best to worst on both a qualitative and also a quantitative front. And we'll leave the link to that video in the description box down below. Until now, we have only been talking about hoping to buy into a good company with a wide economic moat. But that's the first part of the equation. The second part, knowing when to buy it. So we want to buy a wonderful company at a fair price, not at any price. So it's important to at least buy solid companies near their fair value. Or some other investors would like to call it the intrinsic value of the stock. So let's first try to determine with Llama whether the last company on the list, which is Visa, is it a wonderful company or not. So now, Meta, I would like you to rank the mode of Visa on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is no mode, while 10 is having a very wide mode. So to break it down further, you can give an individual rating of each of this segment. Brand loyalty and pricing power, barriers to entry, switching costs, network effect, and economies of scale. Let's see what Llama has to say. So as we can see here, Visa is just 1 point short of perfect, with strong brand recognition, high regulatory hurdle, essentially limiting competition, moderate switching costs, strong network effects, and also significant economies of scale. So let's move on to try to value this stock. So hi Meta, can you provide me with the fair value of Visa stock today? Now, it seems like Meta is able to cough out a valuation range, coupled with a few key figures that investors might be interested in. However, Llama did not actually provide their assumptions and steps as to how they derived this number. So instead, I used the Piranha Profits True Value Finder, and we estimate Visa's intrinsic value to be between $210 to $250, a far cry from what Llama has calculated. So at Visa's current price of around $270 per share, we don't think that they're egregiously overvalued. And for those that really want an exposure today, it's not necessarily a bad time to start a position. But personally for me, I would like to wait for a better deal. So as you can see, calculating it ourselves versus relying it on an AI platform will yield a vastly different result, and the discretion is really on the user of the particular tool itself. And if you're interested in how we get to our intrinsic value calculations of companies that we want to invest in, Piranha Profits has a powerful tool that helps you discover the right prices to enter into these ideal stocks. So check out our True Value Finder to find undervalued deals in the markets today. The link is down below. So do leave in the comments below as well on how you're currently incorporating AI into your own investment research process. And if you don't, we would like to know why as well. So this is CK from Piranha Profits signing off. Till next time, keep winning.